Hey, just a forewarning for this video. This is incredibly scuffed, and I'm sorry if some of the facts don't 100% line up, but it should be mostly correct. Anyways, back to the video. Hey everybody, DriftBuggy here, and today I'm going to cover one of Ninja Kiwi's biggest mistakes to date. That's right, it's time to go over the rise and abrupt fall of BTD Battles 2. From the aggressive hype that birthed it into this world, to the army of bugs that killed it, and to how NK has brought the game back, everything will be covered today in this one video. Going all the way back to the start of spring in 2021 when NK released a teaser on an iPad at the end of a BTD 6 video. This video set into motion the hype that always follows the announcement for a release of a new game, which was very apparently shown by the spikes in the BTD 6 player base as old and new players became interested in the game. Eventually, all the teasers and hype culminated into one thing. On November 26th, a total of 11 YouTubers were given early access to the game so they can make content on the game, which, while it was exciting to see some of the game early from your favorite Bloons tubers, this did present a few issues which I'll get into later. About 4 days later, the game is fully released to the public, but this may have been one of NK's largest game-killing mistakes. Now, let's back it up a bit, back to the YouTubers getting pre-release footage for videos. Something that was almost universally found out by all the people covering the pre-release was that there was a monstrosity of attack meta, and it was very promptly overused in footage, which also led to the player base bias on what towers to use. While the very quick and aggressive attack meta was eventually fixed a bit by NK, there is another problem that was imposed by this over-focus on tack shooters. Somehow, literally every other tower was discovered to have a bug. I kid you not, some absolute demon over on Reddit went through the effort to find a bug that affected every single tower. Why? Just why? Like, these bugs either made towers unusable, like how the glue gunner would target already glued balloons. They made your game unusable, like how Dark Shift somehow just flat out crashed your game every once in a while. Or made the towers insanely overpowered, like in the case of the Ninja Monkey being able to stack its sticky bombs. Because of the insanely broken glitch towers, the Dartling Ninja Sniper meta was breathed into existence and was borderline unbeatable if you played it right, and it made you more likely to win a game by crashing your opponent's game client than actually killing them with balloon spawns. But wait, there's more! The bugs were paired with the fact that you used to have to grind XP for each individual tower upgrade to unlock it, instead of just needing to buy the 5th tier with monkey money like how it is now. There is just one slight problem with this difference though. The amount of XP you got by playing for free was abysmal. Like the heat death of the universe would probably happen before you unlocked the true Sun God upgrade. Because of this, many players felt kind of forced to buy the VIP pass as it granted a 3 times XP boost, which definitely cut down on the grind. But other players who couldn't get VIP either just stopped playing entirely or just had to deal with the painful grind of getting XP for their towers. Also, because of upgrades being locked behind an aggressive amount of grinding, it was kinda stupid difficult to change the towers in your loadout. Really, when you played someone, you kinda had to just hope and pray that you could outplay them with your current loadout, and if you picked out a loadout of towers that just didn't, well, work, you would either have to accept that you would be hard stuck in the bottom ranks, or you would have to grind an ungodly amount of unranked matches to unlock the new upgrades for the tower you wanted to add. But wait, there's even more! There was one thing that helped the transition from BTD 5 to BTD 6, and that's the fact that there was a very substantial amount of unique content. Like, first of all, there's the introduction of the brand new hero class of towers, and there are also several new individual towers introduced, like the Druid and the Alchemist. There are also new towers implemented after the release as well, like how the Mortar and Dartling Gunner were reintroduced to the game. However, the only towers that were introduced to BTD Battles 2 were the hero variants, which really only made slight variations to their abilities and tower buffs, which only takes a little bit of code tweaking, and doesn't really count as adding a whole new thing. Other than that, the only new things were just the maps that were introduced to the new game. Now, seeing how much of the game was starting to tank, Ninja Kiwi acted like any good development group in the past few years and they took a 1-month vacation because why the f not? The break was well deserved as they had already done a lot, and it was also likely pre-planned very far in advance because, you know, that's how corporate vacations work. But still, that is one hell of a dumpster fire to just leave burning for several weeks. Now, by the time development began again at NK, the player count had already dropped drastically, and this rapid decline in players didn't stop for quite a bit, and when it did, the game was pretty much a skeleton of its former self. While Ninja Kiwi has done their best to make changes that would improve the state of the game, they still haven't quite made it back to the hype of opening week. Now, as an end note, I want all of you to keep in mind as I start to wrap up this video, don't hate on NK at all, as, well, makes mistakes. And they've done their best to fix what they did wrong. They also did a very, very good job at it as well. As I can say, the game is very fun to play now, and I've already lost several hours to it, along with the fact that the player count has been gradually rising. They've pretty much fixed everything that has hindered the game in the first place, so I would absolutely recommend trying out the game yourself. Also, if you guys want me to make some more Battles 2 content, let me know down below. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, as this has been Drift Buggy speaking, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!